Side control, please stop. Real simple. The fundamentals on the side control is that the main concern with me getting outside because I need to create space. I don't want to create a space that's usable for both people, and it's more about using my levers to put Mel's weight on area of her body that compromises her ability to move or chase me. So what I've found is once I'm here, if I start to use my right frame against hip, if Mel rolls her left shoulder and left hip to the ceiling, my frame system becomes null and void. The theory behind it is you're going with it, you're flowing like water. As I push, instead of fighting it, you just go with it. Real simple. Okay. So what we're going to do is just to start with a very simple technique is from here is I'm just going to get my frame onto the shoulder and the hip from here, and I'm just going to start to push my partner. As I'm doing that, I'm going to slowly do my hip escape away from my partner. My partner's going to put their right hip on your right hip on the ground and your left hip and your left shoulder to the ceiling. So as I bridge and push, I'm here, my partner drops down, comes through, picks up my arm with the arm, scoops through and goes to a really tight side control. The downfall of that is I now only have one frame system. So to get rid of the frame system, my partner simply throws their left elbow, your left elbow, we're getting good at this, over my head and crushes me down. So now we can roll the hip if you want, you can leave your hip here, it's really up to you how you want to be. But now my frame system becomes null and void. Mel can now use her right hand to start to scoop my elbow out away from my body, so just pushes it away from my body, and now we're in the Kimura territory, head arm territory, etc. So this is a warm up drill, pretty easy, flat side control. I do the not the wrong thing, but the way I was taught to do it is, okay, so I bridge, I frame system, as I'm framing and I'm pushing, Mel slides, this is called switch base forwards, picks up my arm. Before I have a chance to react, once the elbow's over the hip line, elbow comes down from here, and Mel's going to use the right arm to push my elbow out. As my elbow starts to come out, we get the attack on the arm. 1, 2, 3. Using the levers, or the levers to my advantage, and I don't want it to become a strength battle as much as I can. There's obviously some strength involved, right? So, flat side control, Mel pushes, I switch, pick up the arm, come under. So I don't want to move this hand to grab because I'm taking the space away from Mel's head and Mel can start to, like move away. So what I'm doing is this arm takes it up here and now I can attack it. So when we're in this position here, right, I still keep my weight on my partner. That is far better. Right, and I'm just crushing. And I pretty much could get a shoulder lock from here. So the way I'm doing it is, if I just put one hand under and lay on Mel's arm, not really. If I double my fists up, put it tight to the shoulder and lean on the elbow versus here. So it's really important that when I'm in this position here is, I'm throwing and I'm crossing my arms from here, across. This also means that I have like a fulcrum to be able to put my head on the ground, which allows a lot more like pressure to come onto the arm. I really don't want to kind of isolate this and give Mel a space in here to attack. So what we'll do from here is this. We're going to reverse this just a little bit, okay? And then Mel is going to start to attack with her right arm. I'll explain. Flat side control. Mel pushes. Boom. I'm here. So Mel understands I'm going to try to get my left elbow over to crush her. Mel's right hand now goes to my armpit. As I'm here, Mel's going to push my hand not over, but down to her hip, and she's going to throw her bum underneath my hips. So what happens is she escapes under me and can now come on top. Ankle lock, whatever you want to do from here. The part that I see people do is, when they're here, is to focus on what's trapped, which is nothing wrong with that. So we're here, I roll, so people go, oh, my arm's in danger. It's actually this arm that's, but because I've got this, everyone kind of goes, I need to get off my back, so I need to roll. And the more that you're rolling, the more I'm kind of like, oh, well, I've got to attack here. So instead, what we do is we kick the arm, place it precariously, what a great word, on my lat. As it comes over, we're tracking it. So we're going to track So we track it by rolling the shoulders and we push it down. What they'll do is turn my shoulders. See how I'm off balance? We don't need to do anything else. It's very hard for me to do an armbar because my hips turned like the wrong way. The hardest part for you is retract your left arm. There you go. And we're on top. One more time. So you're creating space this side of me. You're throwing your bum this side of me, and you're turning the opposite way. Easy, right? Everyone said yes, it's great. Guys, I'm on video, you can do whatever you want. Okay, flat. Attach my hip, attach my shoulder, switch, boom. Comes over, boom. On top. 1, 2, 3. Grab a new partner, guys. Take it on top. Okay, so you think about it this way, right? If I'm here, my hand's in the position, Mel takes a hand over my head. If I'm flat on my back, what happens? Like, you know, this is that with the whole. But if I turn to my side, I've got this ability to be able to push. The reason being is if my hips are flat, Mel's weight, if my hips are flat, Mel's weight can distribute through my hips. Once my hips turn to the side, I have a valley on left and right, and so I can fork them and I can rock and roll them over left side or right side. But because they're going that way, I'm just forcing them over. So the hip escape that we do is to come underneath my partner, but it's also important to get to our side. But we have to get to our side. This is one of the things that we've been kind of talking about in the cycle control scales is you've got to get to your side. You've got to get your back off the ground. So slow motion is, I'm doing good jiu-jitsu, Mel's doing average jiu-jitsu, right? So from here, she's doing great. So here. So the thing is, what I should do is they try and push their partner on top of them. I'm pinning her weight on me. But this I turn here, the whole weight, it's not much at all, it's just I change the side. Now, I find from here, this is the scramble territory. I've got to be very careful of Mel's, that leg, yep, coming over and scooping, you know, like, oh man, and now I'm back in the game again, you know, like this is horrible. So my reaction is that when I'm here and I push and I hip escape, what I'm me is I'm coming up. So my arm, I'm not here, straight arm is an arm bar, I bend. And now I can just get all my weight and crush my partner. So it's really important that once I get past that center line, I start to drive my weight in to tip my partner over. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Knee right in a jiu-jitsu tournament is worth 2 points. The reason being, it's actually really easy to do. So, you know, it's the higher or the more difficult the position, or the position that does the most damage, can do the most damage, scores the most points. Mount and back control. You know, on my mat, I can paint, there's a lot of damage. Back control, I can do a lot of damage. Passing the guard, because the guards tend to be very difficult to. If I pass the guard, I get 3. If I get out of your guard successfully, I get 3 points. Because the guards seem to be such a good weapon, if I roll you over from my guard, I only get 2 points because I should be able to do that. Right, on a takedown it's 2 points, just because the fight goes to guard, and knee on belly's 2 points. The reason being is this, right? I'm on side control, and all I need to do is, once Mel starts to do the correct thing where she's going to turn towards me and apply pressure, I simply just put my knee on the stomach. The reason being is, her hands are on my hip and my shoulder. There's nothing to stop this line here. And for me, if I put my knee here, it's quite difficult for Mel to bring her legs back through and rescue guard. The part that I see people do when they pop to knee ride is that they think, okay, I'll do the correct thing and I'll stay nice and tight to my partner to go to knee ride. You're actually susceptible to a roll. So let me explain. If I'm on side control and Mel does the correct thing, so she goes here, I'm like, ha ha ha. Mel uses her right hand on my hip and does the same thing. Rolls to the side, pushes me, and pulls something. Which is the easiest roll over from there, because I'm a ball and it's easy to roll me. But your hand's on the hip, and as I'm coming over, you simply just go with it. You go with the flow to stop it. This is how we look at that game. We'll do this as a counter to the knee right first of all. So it's actually the same thing. Hand on the shoulder, hand on the hip, more pressure, press. I come over and I get the arm. So this is pretty much, yeah, and then rolls reversed. Okay, one more time. So it's not wrong. Don't get me like it's just a way to do the knee right. But what people do is they kind of focus on, I've got the arm, like I'm going to keep the arm, and they push, I'm like, on knee ride. And it's pretty much, oh man, you know? Okay, so just start that, guys. 1, 2, 3. What happens if my partner uses their right hand to post? So from here, I push the shoulders, I push the hip. From here, Mel comes over, but Mel does not commit to the head, but keeps the control on this side. So Mel, I can't roll her that way. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to go to what I call a shoulder crunch. Crunch your shoulder. Roll the shoulder over. Do this light, it does come on exceedingly fast. So let's have a look at that. So from here, I push my partner, right? So the worst thing I can possibly do is get rid of this, because this will allow Mel to upgrade to mount unabated. Do you know what that means?
Without, yeah, kind of.
Was it the right word to use?
You can make it work.
Without any hands.
Yeah.
Okay, so push, attack. Now, I'm being really nice here. I'm pushing Mel's head under, and now I end up in a really good attack position. So, even though I'm being nice by pushing Mel's head down, it helps me because she becomes a cylinder and enables her to roll. Sometimes these people like land on their head, and you know, it's fun. I like doing it to people, but it might hinder the roll a little bit as well. So I'd probably go head smash and then push the head in. Like this. so here, as I push, I'm going to knee right. Mel posts out. Okay, so push the head away and come over. I'm just rolling. So my hand's already on the head. Push the head under my hips. Extend my body all over, and I'm in the perfect attack position. Okay. Please do this light. Okay. If you do have sore shoulders, you're going to roll really fast because this does attack the shoulder. Make sure you're pushing the head to the ground. 1, 2, 3. Good fun. Very right. Everyone jump on that side so you can see my face. Some video, my last will and testament. Okay, so frame, Steve jumps up to the right. Okay, the worst thing I can do is push my partner that way because this is going to go to mount. Right, this is going to go, well, I'm posting, and now I'm in a shitload of trouble. So what I'm saying is, yeah, okay, you can put your weight on me a little bit. Yeah, so boom, upgrades to knee right. Okay, so first things first is I need to change the direction. So I'm not pushing, I attack the arm and it folds the head under. So I'm not, the first hand's just a post hand to stop them from progressing up. The second hand, I'm like attacking the Kimura to make the shoulder come to me so they roll. I'm still seeing some of you push over some, which isn't bad, but anyone that's decent will simply upgrade to mount only and you're going to get your arms crossed over. So slow motion, how do I feel, Steve? Good? Thanks, okay. So jumps up onto so jumps up onto knee right. Okay, so first thing what I'm saying is some of you, you're trying to go, you're pushing here, you're going to get armbar. You know, you're both arms are 100% committed. You're like, yeah, look at this, straight onto it, armbar territory, right? So, yeah, you're okay. Yeah. And so back on there, right? I can't even talk like this. This has been very nice with this post. Okay, so think about this, he's got the control. I want to bring the head that way. So I'm going to go on the shoulder. Now watch what happens. So this rolls. He has to roll, or otherwise he's going to get a sore shoulder. So I want you to less focus on the head push and more focus on the shoulder or elbow roll to get them to turn. Once their weight turns, it's exactly the same as if they come over the knee ride with the head low. It's a ball effect or the cylinder effect and they roll over. So not as much head push and more attacking, more shoulder and elbow crunch. I'm going to find that this, you know, even against someone heavier would be really quite effective to do. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Your big is very nice, sir.
I was.
Doing good jiu-jitsu. So from here is, as I push, Mel, right, what she does for me is she goes to knee ride, but her right hand goes to the back of my leg, so grabs my leg to control my leg. And it can be either, it can be at the inside, the outside, doesn't matter, but this stops me from moving. Secondly, is we're generally not going to hold the head from here unless we want to put a lot of pressure onto our partner. So we're going to sit up nice and tall, like a knee ride. So for me to attack, I have to take my elbows away from the body, which gives her access to both mount, arm bars, choke, etc. The reason why this hand's here in the collar is it's an X choke. So, you know, like I've got to be, okay, very rare of the choke, I've got to be very rare of the arm bar. I've got to make sure she can't upgrade to mount either. So my hand's already here. What I'm going to do is this, my hand, my free hand, which is here, is simply going to grab the heel. My hand, so here, grabs the heel. Now, pull the heel towards me. Just come up. I know, how disappointing. How disappointing. Remember, I don't get any points for it, but I look freaking cool. So from here, once again, is boom, knee right, pops up high, like man, grab the ankle, come up. Okay, so it's a scooping mechanic on the ankle, I'm just pushing the shoulder. If they pop up super high, attack the hip. Don't want that hand up too high. They can't do a spinning armbar because I've got the ankle. So as far as I mean, it's a really safe kind of mechanic. Even if they collar choke, the way I roll, I should be able to pass the guard past the choke as well. So from here, Mel's up top. So I do the correct jiu-jitsu, I'm here. And you know, whether we're here or not, remember, I can't hip escape because Mel's got control. So it's just this, all I do is scoop to the outside. So I'm just spinning around, right round. Okay, so it's here and I'm scooping to the back side of it. The reason being is I have the ability to either pull or push. So what I want is a little bridge, just scoop the foot up off the ground. Come up. It's really hard for her because I'm on the knee line. It's really hard for her to finish the chokes or the arm bars, whatever. Whatever you do not let that knee punch that side because she'll be in a triangle. So I do like to kind of compromise her ability to move by pinning the hip. So if you add that little bridge onto it, so the foot becomes light, you'll be able to pull that foot out really easy. 1, 2, 3. So Mel, speed and agility versus technique.
Oh, I feel like I'm being set up here.
Backhand compliment. How do you feel? So, here, bridge, shoot my hand. Speed and agility versus technique. So, this works really well when my partner gets a super high knee ride. Like they're sitting up really high and they might not hold me. And like, I'll try, like, man, so, shoot my hand. Hey? Yeah, speed and agility. David, come here. No, it's like, what's going on? What's supposed to come? So from here, boom, David kind of goes, I hate this guy, gets a really high knee ride because he wants to drive his knees through my stomach. So let's go, sits right up, looks down on me. Just enjoying this. Okay, hand. Okay, 1, 2, 3. What?
He's something weird. Change your part of those things.